Chapter 16. Torment. Having Verona at court should have been a great comfort to the queen, but she couldn't keep her mind from drifting to the magic mirror or its location, and this made her especially bothered and easily agitated. It was madness that she should be so consumed. Surely, if she asked the huntsman, he would have little choice other than to follow her orders. Perhaps after some persuading, he would reveal the location. But would she subject herself to that torment? The knowledge that she was too weak-minded to keep herself from the mirror? And would she have the huntsman know of this weakness as well? The days that followed were pure agony. The queen was so caught up in her need of the magic mirror that she was haunted even in her dreams, leaving her sleepless and ill. Every day that she was parted from the mirror, she seemed to become sicklier, so much so that she often felt near to death. She often woke terrified to a dream that dominated her restless slumber. In the dream, she was in the forest, frantically searching for the mirror. The canopy of trees obscured the sky, leaving her alone in darkness and in fear. The sisters were there too, coming and going, and changing shape and form, the way things do in dreams. The queen would come upon a freshly disturbed mound of dirt and begin digging with her bare hands. Desperate to find the mirror, she would dig for what felt like an eternity, her hands bleeding, her body weak, and her mind spinning out of control. Finally, she would feel something soft and wet, covered in cloth. After unwrapping it, she would discover there in the cloth a heart, its blood pouring all over her hands. Sorry, Queen. "Mama," she would hear. It would be Snow, a young girl once again, standing there with a look of terrible sadness on her little face, while white dressing gown covered in blood, dripping from where her heart once was, her face blank, her eyes hollow and blackened, her skin ashen, and her expression reproachful. The sisters were always about, giggling their eerie laughter. The queen would move to scream, but no sound would come. She was so paralyzed with fear. Every morning she woke, soaked in sweat, anxious from this exact dream or a similar one. It sent a tremor through her and made her feel weak. She had no control over her own will. She felt defeated. One evening, she dreamed of the sisters. "Over there," they called, standing in the forest, appearing and disappearing under the moonless midnight sky. "Dig here, the magic mirror, your slave," they chattered and laughed, and the moon illuminated their ghastly, doll-like faces with a pale blue glow. And when she awoke the morning after this dream, she found something wrapped in soiled cloth sitting on the floor beside her bed. Her hands, too, were covered in earth, and her nightdress was tattered and caked with mud. She thought she must still have been dreaming, or had she gone into the forest in search of the mirror while she slept? For the first time in more than a week, she felt renewed, her strength coming back to her, and her sense of self returning. She unwrapped the large object, and there, staring back at her, was her reflection. She collapsed on top of the mirror and embraced it like a lost lover returned. Something within her had changed. Verona was right. She wasn't the same woman who had married the king those many years ago. She was something wholly different, and it frightened her. But it also gave her a sense of strength and of power. She would never be parted from the magic mirror again. Her life, her soul, seemed dependent upon it. She tore open the cloth that covered the mirror, revealing its face. "Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all? Your beauty is beyond compare, but Verona is fairest." "Perhaps then," the queen said, smiling wickedly, "it is time for her to go."